We are live. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Woo!
Mark here and Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Just fine. How you doing, Mark? Ready for this
Pretty
weekend?
good. What's that?
Ready for the weekend? Holiday
Oh,
weekend.
yes. Well, holiday weekend. It's kind of the calm before the storm, though, if you know what I mean. It's like,
Oh my God.
like I said in my tip, I do all my shopping on the 24th, but it's a little bit more complicated because it's a Sunday this year. So
You're at
gonna be
Walgreens buying the
interesting.
last of everything.
Oh yeah, CVS and Walgreens are on my list for sure.
Jody, I got you a Ferrero Rocher that's crushed.
It's been sitting on the shelf for months. Anyway,
Look,
welcome
I got you a
everybody.
Reese's peanut butter cup. Favorite.
I've been known to do it, so don't laugh.
Pistachios.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Oh God, shut up now.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to the live show tonight. So glad to have you. Yes, we hit 1,000 subscribers this week. It was so awesome to hit. We were super excited. We were refreshing like crazy, as you can imagine. And we just wanted to really welcome all of you new people here that have come over to check us out. We really do appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the daily tips and tricks that we put out every day. And then, of course, this live show. And we do this pretty much every Wednesday, unless we're traveling or something like that. And a little, we may be doing it in person next week. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But anyway, guys, just wanted to say welcome to everybody, of course. And if you have any questions, we're going to do some Q&A in this show as well. So if you do have any questions, go ahead and hit us up in the chat, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. Just a couple of open announcements.
God, big announcements.
It's been a long day, guys. Really long day. I started at 4:30 this morning, not sleeping and crazy stuff. So anyway, so we wanted to tell you just a little bit about the channel, because listen, we doubled within a couple of weeks here. So, we have a lot of new people in here. And what we're all about is, of course, education with gambling, but also like really focusing on being as transparent as possible. Like, we are going to go full stop everything. Okay. And we're saying this on a live show right now, so it's documented. And you can look back. Yeah, we can look back later, and even Dave and I will look back and say, what did we say we were going to do? So first thing, we are starting to get monetized now. It's going to be slow rolling for a long time. But one of the things that we're going to do is fully disclose where all the money's going. So any membership, super chat, YouTube ad revenue, whatever the case is, we're going to make that available to you guys so you can kind of see how we are divvying up the money. We just feel like being fully transparent is very important in these days. And that's just something that we're going to do. Okay. The second thing,
what we're not going to use the money for is gambling.
That's right. I almost forgot that one. So thanks so much. Yes. We decided, even before we started this channel, we said that any money that we collect from all those things, ad revenue, memberships, whatever the case is, we will not use that as gambling money. Okay. It'll go to the channel in some way or form, which is us traveling, buying plane tickets to come meet you guys, staying in hotels, whatever the case may be. It has to be related to the channel, and any gambling that we do is going to be with our own personal funds. And if we do ever get compensation from, say, a manufacturer or a casino or whatever, we are going to fully disclose that before we even get started in the video. We will let you know that, hey, WinStar gave us $500 to come play some games with you guys, but they didn't tell us what to say. They didn't tell us what to play. All of the opinions that we're giving you are our opinions, just so you guys see some transparency there, because I just don't think there's a whole lot of that in this space. And that's what we're all about here on Gamble Smart, is not only being transparent with how all this stuff works, but also being transparent and open and honest about our gambling sessions, good or bad. I mean, we will have bad videos. We will have videos where we lose our ass for 10 to 15 minutes. Will we suffer in subscriptions and thumbs up and all that? Yes, we will. But we don't care. Like, we think that it's important that everybody see the full story from start to finish. And that's something that is kind of unusual in this space. And so we're going to do it, even at the cost of getting subs and everything else, because that's just who we are. Integrity is so important to us, and we want to make sure this comes across in the channel as well. So anything that goes on, Monetization wise, know that it's going to be fully disclosed, so you know where everything's going. So again, we take a lot of pride in that, and we'll just let you guys know. And we're going to be setting some stuff up, like the store after the new year. We'll have a store with a bunch of swag in it, and we'll start memberships and doing some membership only stuff. It's still very young. We just reached 1,000. We just applied for a YouTube partnership, but that money is just not going to be anything substantial for quite a long time. But again, we'll let you know. Just kind of be upfront and honest about it. And what was the other thing I was going to say? No, I think I covered everything. Did I miss anything, Dave? I think that was it.
Well, you did miss some big things. We're going to be at WinStar next week.
Well, that was the lead off.
Well, now it's the big thing. We're going to be at WinStar next week on the 27th, 26th, and 27th.
That's right.
Afternoon of the 26th, all day the 27th.
Right.
We're going to post on the community page saying, hey, everybody, here's where we're going to be there. Obviously, we're going to be in Rome non-smoking most of the time. Whether we're filming or not, just say hi. Just come up and whatever. If you see us playing, sit down next to us, start playing. Don't worry about bothering us. That's what we love doing. We love talking to everybody. If you've seen us before there, we just love talking to everybody. We may or may not get over to Choctaw on Wednesday. We might just go over there for an hour or two. It's been quite a while since I've been there. I haven't been there since the remodel, and I don't believe you've been there since for
Jody and I stopped by there. It was last year, but we were only there for maybe an hour. Yeah,
post remodel, but at the same time, it probably didn't look around a whole lot.
No, we didn't get very far from the entrance, so we get to walk around it for sure. And yes, we will be doing the live show from WinStar next Wednesday in person, so it'll be a lot of fun.
And do we tell the other big news?
No, let's go.
No. Okay, so I'm going to do it then. So Mark and I were invited to the first ever Slotcon at Foxwoods Casino over on the East Coast. It used to be the largest casino in the world. WinStar took that over. But Foxwoods is having a huge slot event. It is open to the public. There are tickets available on their website. They've got a really great itinerary. We're going to be out there with several other channels. NGA Slot Guy, Old School Slots, Mr. Handpay. I do not know the rest of them, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see Debbie Loves Slots. I think we might see the Lucky Dog Slots.
Jackpot Judy is going to be there.
Yeah, Jackpot Beauty's going to be there.
Yeah.
A lot of people we hang out with at G2E, so it's going to be awesome to see them. It's going to be a huge event. If you're in the East Coast or want to make the trip, definitely come check us out over there. You have a whole bunch of other channels there too. So we'll post more of those details as we get them as well.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, and the tickets to go to the event, I think they were like $10.
$10.
You
and
get to meet all the influencers
automatically entered into a drawing where it's a $10,000 pool of free play. Top prize is $2,000, and like bare minimum, I think you're getting $50.
Oh wow!
It depends on how many people are there. Obviously, if you are,
yeah, we'll see.
if there's several hundred people there, you're probably not getting that much money, but there's a pretty good drawing for that $10 entry. So and plus, there's going to be people giving away swag. We're going to be them. We don't know what we're going to have yet, but we're having to scramble because we only have like 3 weeks to find it all. Oh boy. I'm so excited like this, crazy excited.
Next 30 days are going to be a lot of fun. So we definitely hope to see you guys out at WinStar. I know a lot of you have been asking about it, and we'll do a dedicated post so everybody's aware. We met so many of you last time. I think it was like 15 or so that came up and said hi, and some sat down and played with us. Man, we love that, like Dave said. So, we're just going to have a fun time out there. It'll probably be pretty crowded that week. It seems like it's pretty crowded already with trying to get the hotel rooms and all that. So who knows what that's going to mean, but a lot of people don't hang out in the non-smoking room, so we should be all right. I think we'll be all set to go there. So, and this is going to be my first.
Busy.
What's that? I don't know. I mean, if the rooms are,
it's sold out, but at the same time, I feel like
nothing else to do.
So big.
I know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yes, also, I will be getting a pedicure. I don't know when it is. And for you guys that are new to the channel, this is a running joke that once we reached 1,000 subscribers, I will get the first pedicure of my entire life.
And we're going to be live. This is going to be a live event. We will be
Oh, it
going
is. Oh,
live
I didn't know that.
for the pedicure. Yeah, definitely
Okay.
live for the pedicure.
We don't
Until
know
they
when
tell
it's
us to
going to
stop.
happen, but it's going to happen, and we'll go live with it. So I will cave to what I said I would do. So we'll have a lot of fun with that.
And he's going to get a good color, a nice, yeah, it's going to be great. Maybe a little flower.
Jeez.
Yeah.
No, not the flower. Jeez. Like the petal, like the flower in between my toes, that kind of thing.
No, it'd be on your big toe. That way you can do
Yeah.
some feet flirting,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
When you're walking around the room, you got your feet up and you can be like, hey, Jody, check out my cute little toes with my flower.
That's right. You're a mess, Dave. Anyway, what I was going to say is this is going to be my first trip after I changed everything with how I decided to go into a casino environment now. And so this is going to be a real test, and we're going to film it along the way. And like I said in my audit, I'm giving all of my budget to my wife, Jody. I see her in here in the comments, but she's going to have my money and she's going to be controlling when I get it and that kind of stuff. Just because I know based on what happened last time that I need somebody else. I need a gambling buddy. I need somebody to be able to watch me and make sure I don't do reckless things. And so she's going to be my gambling buddy for WinStar. And then Dave, you're on the hook for Foxwoods.
Oh,
so
I'm already working on stuff.
I will PayPal you the money. You will have it. And I'm going to leave everything at home. And you're going to be the one to
cash at the airport. And I have surprises. I've been working on this. I am looking for different ways. And this is something that I hope we can offer in our shop, maybe a little Gamble Smart branded. So it's the actual exact opposite of a cash box where you put your winnings into. Right. This is a cash box on a timer that will open up at increments you set. So if you set, let's say, when you get there, you're going to be there in 4 hours, and you set the timer to be for 6 hours, it opens up so you can take your budget out for that day. And then the next day would be set for 24 hours from that event. And then the next one would be 48 hours from that event. So that's controlling your daily budget.
Love it.
I'm really excited about this because I've been playing around with them, and I've actually got 4 on the way from Amazon. I have 2 currently, not really happy with them. Sent them back. Each of them needs a couple modifications, but I believe I've got a good system for that. And if we can get this worked out, we will sell these in the store. They're going to be branded on that. And I think it's a great idea to control your daily budget. And this is really great for beginners trying to budget, for advanced people who realized, oops, I screwed up. I need a way to get back to that center. And this might help. I'm excited about it because I love playing with gadgets, but I also like purposing something that wasn't meant for the task that I'm having to do. It's like when you walk around Home Depot and the guy goes, "What are you looking for?" I don't know, but when I find it, I'll know what it is.
I'll know.
Yeah, when I find it, I'll know. And it's like, I don't, whatever it does, it doesn't matter what it does. I care what it can do. And so I love doing that things. So.
I do the same thing, like in Home Depot or like even the dollar store, for crying out loud. I'm like, is there anything that I need, like tape or like packing tape or something? So I'll go up and down the aisles just looking for those random things that I totally forgot I needed. That's the way you get remembered. Yeah.
And then you find that clearance item and you find that super great deal on whatever it was that you didn't
Something
need.
You don't even need. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was super great deal. So we got to get it.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's take some of these comments and questions in here, and then we might go to a topic too. We're just going to kind of chill here for the next 45 minutes with you guys. So let us know what's on your mind.
I'm going to take the first question.
Okay, go for it.
Tagged it from Michelle. Okay. How are the Park MGM rooms? Just got a comp offer from MGM for Park. Should I ask for a special tower area? So Michelle, no secret at all, I love Park MGM. I actually love the rooms, everything from their standard just king room up to the Nighthawk suite, and then also over the Nomad, which is the boutique hotel inside Park MGM. You cannot go wrong, I believe. You cannot go wrong. If you are able to use your comp on the Nomad side, I would definitely recommend that, because getting an upgrade to a higher Nomad room is easier once you're on the Nomad side. If you're on the Park MGM side, ask for that Nighthawk upgrade. It's a nice room. It's sort of like a room that's sort of like got sort of left over when they designed the place. So it's a lot bigger. They all have jetted tubs. The view is not really that great. Usually the view has been like, of the top of another roof, but the room is nice. Nice little entryway. I've got a video of that over on Gamble the Globe. If you want to go see that, I've got several of my rooms at Park MGM and the Nomad. So that way you can look at them and see what it is, but you cannot go wrong at Park MGM. I love the property. Mark and Jody actually just stayed there for the first time.
Yes. Yeah. Like Jody says in here, it was amazing.
No,
I definitely concur with that. It was nice. The non-smoking casino, the food options were good. Everything was great about it. And just, especially the Nomad. I mean, you felt like you were entering a whole different world. Like it was dim lighting going down the hallways.
Oh my God. It
you know,
feels
just
elegant,
the hardwood, like the dark mahogany, dark woods. It's like that European feel. It was really cool. I really liked it.
I feel like I'm in like 1930s France. I expect to go around the corner and see the woman in the beret against the piano, that kind of thing. That's always the way I feel about it.
Yep.
It's you can't go wrong with Park MGM. You really can't.
No, definitely not. And let's see. The day of getting a yacht, joking. Yeah.
I take a size red Ferrari.
Okay. Let me see if they can budget that. Yeah. And Robin says super chats or memberships now. We applied for both. We're just waiting to get confirmation from YouTube. So we've got the paperwork started, but don't rush into it. It's like I said, we'll let you know when it's available. But we're not going to hit it so hard. So
right,
we're here for you guys.
It's coming.
Yeah,
we Mark and I have learned to crawl before, and so we kind of know the mistakes we've made previously, and we're going to try not to make those mistakes on the new channel.
Right.
So
right.
Yeah.
And Tim Cree said, I shook your hand at WinStar a few weeks ago. Tim, I think I remember you actually.
I remember you, Tim.
So thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you again. I know Liz, who actually did. Liz, I hope you're watching, that did our last gambler audit. She said that she was going to make a trip up there just to see us. So Liz, we hope you can still make it. That would be awesome. Because I need to get you into playing those bingo games. I know you had a bad experience with them, but I'm telling you, that's where it's at.
And it's always the thing with the bingo machines is you can't get drawn into the max bet. You got to start small. You can't just, I'm going to play 180
actually,
quarters.
That's actually a good tip. Never hit that max bet button.
Never hit that.
Because some of those are like sky high, 180.
And you do by accident.
Yeah, you got to be careful with those.
It's especially bad on the quarters because it is so deceptive that some of them to go up to 400 quarters. You can be $100 bet
$100
by hitting the wrong button.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. No, thank you. I can't do $100 spin. That's just not happening.
No, that's way too steep. And Nancy says, your gambling tip from this morning was excellent. I've had people sitting next to me that I should play a certain machine because it was hot. Yeah, we've all heard this. If you haven't, you will eventually. Somebody will tell you that a machine is hot and cold, or you shouldn't play that because somebody just hit a jackpot on it. So it's in a take cycle now. All that stuff is BS, guys. It really is. I know it's hard to believe. One of the things I didn't say in the video is that kind of the saying that I've been using is that, there are patterns, identifiable patterns in randomness, but there's not predictable patterns in randomness. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Like, for example, on a roulette wheel, if you got 5 or 6 blacks in a row, that is a pattern, right? You continuously are getting black. That is a pattern. It's an identifiable pattern, but it has no bearing on what's going to come next, right? And that's the predictable pattern. So slot machines don't have anything in them that you can tell what's going to happen next. And like I said earlier, and maybe this is a topic we get into later, but you know, a lot of YouTubers out there are using that language of this machine is hot or cold or it's on the take. And it's like, it can be really taken the wrong way. And you've got to be very careful with that. And so what we want you to do is try to push that out of your mind and make sure that you are never risking more than your budget or your comfortable bet amount based on information somebody tells you in a casino. Okay. That's just, it should be common sense, but a lot of us fall for that. And it's not even if somebody tells you, but you're sitting at a machine and somebody's playing the 1-3, you know, 3 machines down for you and just keeps hitting and hitting and hitting. You may be likely to feel that there's something going on with that machine, like the casino turned the odds up or they whatever. I don't know. There's so many different reasons people come up with. So
case in point, the last trip we took to WinStar, you sat down on that end top dollar machine, and hit 2 in a row,
3 in a row,
and within 3 in a row, and within 6 spins, hit a 4th one.
Yeah.
So I have seen people lose their ass on that same machine.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Mark just hits it over and over again.
Yeah. I just
and
got
then
lucky.
The machine I was playing on, I've done really well on. It was just the timing. It was just you hit the button at the right time. You had your millisecond of luck right there in 6 spins.
Yeah.
And none of the bonuses were wild, but you know, at the same time, you got 4 of them right
coming,
away.
Right?
Yeah, at least it was coming.
For sure.
And big thanks to our moderator, Tammy and Susan. They're in here working hard for us. We appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
And look who made it.
Always.
Look who made an appearance.
Hey, Stacy's here.
Stacy from High Limit Slots
made
it. Maybe we'll see her at WinStar.
She made it before the end of the show. I love it.
She made it for the end of the show. We are so special, you know, to be Stacy making it before the end of the show.
Thank you, Stacy. Good to see you. Yeah, should we tell her? Actually, you know what we should do is tell her that we're not coming until the 29th, and then she'll actually come a couple of days earlier.
Yeah, Stacy, we're going to be there on the 29th. The 28th and 29th. We're going to be at WinStar.
It should be like,
she'll come the 26th and 27th.
Dave and Mark are going to be there. Yeah, exactly. That's what she'll do. She'll come a couple of days earlier than that.
Crisscross.
Yeah. Oh, too funny. All right, what else we got here? And Robin says, made Vegas reservations for June, staying at MGM Grand to play Cherries Jubilee. Never have. Oh, you're going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I do want to say, though, I want everybody to always set expectations and just remember that it's still a slot machine, okay? I think I posted a reply to a comment earlier today that I've hit it maybe 1 every 3 visits, putting $300 through. I mean, that's not a big sample size, but that's kind of what I've seen and what others have done. And so I just kind of keep that in mind that, you know, you still limit yourself. Like, don't keep chasing it because it's either going to happen or it's not. But all things considered, factoring in all the other machines that are in MGM Grand and even surrounding properties, it's still the best one to play. But just, you know, be level-headed about it. Don't go in there expecting to get it. But, you know, it's still a slot machine, but it's a good one.
I've lost on it plenty. Mark's lost on it plenty.
Yeah.
And we've won decent on it too. So just remember, grain of salt with gonna win, you know. Oh, it's a good one here.
All right. You can take some, Dave.
What color on Mark's toes? This is Jody's area right here.
They're not colorized. You don't have to colorize
them. I'm thinking like a hot pink, but Jody may want
Wait
something
a second.
more festive.
I thought a pedicure was just like cleaning your toes and trimming them and all that kind of stuff. What's this coloring stuff?
When you get your toes painted.
I don't want to get them painted.
Oh, you may not want to get them painted, but that's probably going to happen.
Oh, that was not part of the deal.
Should have read the fine print, Mark.
I think coloring is an optional package on a pedicure.
We'll see what Jody says. She's the boss.
Yeah. I can see her furiously typing right now.
Hot pink, Jody? Come on. Go with hot pink, right?
No hot pink. Not for the first time.
I mean, look at Firefly's got your back. She's saying clear polish.
Clear polish. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll do clear polish. That works.
There we go. See?
That works.
And then, of course, Susan with a flower too. That's right.
Is that going to be our new thumbnail photo? The flower in the
What
toe?
if I can get them to do the Gamble Smart logo on your big toe?
I don't think they could do that.
What? I mean, I don't know how skilled they are.
I mean, it is 2 cards. Maybe they could do it.
Maybe
I would do that on one toe.
There we go.
My big toe.
You heard it here. That's a commitment.
Okay.
Commitment to the
You're
fans.
paying for it though.
No problem. Can you do 2 playing cards on the big toe?
Okay. Let's move on to other questions. This is a gambling related show.
Occasionally.
I
got another question here.
Go for it.
This was from also from Robin. Can I use the $20 trick on comp rooms? Yes, you absolutely can. I do it often. Here's the thing about the using it on a comp room. Make sure, because you're paying $20 extra, that if you have a base room, obviously you're going to try to use it, to get an upgrade. But just remember, an upgrade doesn't necessarily mean a better room. It may be a better view. What I like to always say when I hand them my card and my $20 is I like to say, do you have any complimentary upgrades? I'd rather have a better room than a better view. And they know what I'm talking about. And they're really understanding about it. I have never had a problem with anybody rejecting. Actually, take that back. I've had the problem with rejecting one time at Paris. They said, we cannot do anything for you. I'm like, wow, I've never had them say that before. And that's the only time it's ever happened. They've obviously given the money back if they weren't able to do anything. But that's sort of, your business. If you want to tip them something for trying, that's up to you. And then also Richard says, I did the $30 trick at Luxor, got upgraded to 20th floor and a $50 food and beverage credit. Greasing the palms works in Vegas. It absolutely does. Vegas was made on tipping. All right. That is the thing with Vegas. You watch any casino movie or the movie Casino, and they're always greasing palms.
Yeah, but that was made like 30 years ago, though.
It was, but that's still Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas still works on the tipping, the greasing the palms, all that stuff. That it still works. It's still part of the Vegas culture. And Richard, I don't know. I'd stick with $20 for me, but $30, hey, that worked, and you got some good credit out of that too. So definitely good.
Yeah, it's a good return on your investment there.
Yeah.
Love it.
And quick one here from Proud Monkey. I want to try Lala Noodle. Lala Noodle, the Grand Walk in the MGM Grand, Lala Noodles in Park MGM, and Chin Chin in New York are my 3 favorite Chinese food places to hit in Vegas. My 4th one being on the outskirts would be at Mandalay Bay. They also have a good one, but I just think that Lala Noodle and the Grand Walk is just the tops for me. Chin Chin's amazing, but that Lala Noodle is just, it's right there, and they have the stuff I want every time.
That's one I have yet to go to, so next time we'll go to that one.
For sure.
And Nate M says, can't find anything about Slotcon at Foxwoods. We should ask NJ about that. Is there a public page that people... Didn't he send I think he sent something.
Let me,
a link.
I have a link. I'm going to grab it here.
Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll just drop it in the chat. Hold on just a second, gang.
No, you're good. And Proud Monkey says, Cosmo full merge with MGM delayed. I am not surprised. It's been delayed like year after year after year. They're probably blaming it on the hack now, I imagine.
The last I heard was still they can't figure out the conversion. And someone said, no, that got fixed. I'm like, well, I'm not seeing it.
Then what's left? That was the last thing that was left was the reward system.
There you go. I posted that link in there for you guys.
All right, cool.
And that is the website to get tickets and has all the relevant information about it. There you go. Slotcon.
Cool. Slotcon.
Slotcon.
Shaka-Khan.
Decepticon.
80s reference. Sorry, guys. All right.
We have over 100 people watching this live.
All right. Thank you, guys. Awesome.
Score. Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate
you guys so much.
Thanks for joining. we're just having a chill hour here. So if you have any questions or anything for us, just put it in the comments. We'll try to get to it. And B Martini has a good question here. So I played Top Dollar Deluxe this past weekend. 25-cent, $1, and $2 denomination. Max bet 30 credits. Not Top Dollar Deluxe maxes out at 15. I played over 40 bucks in it. Didn't win crap. Cashed out. Are you sure it was Top Dollar Deluxe and not something else? Because Top Dollar Deluxe is 15 credits max. I've never heard of or even seen. And in fact, I know there isn't a 30 credit version. So maybe it was something else. I hope it wasn't the pesky 40 line version.
Oh man,
that
that's
was
hard
pretty
to find,
horrible. But let us know, B Martini, if it was 15 credits or not. But just remember, I love Top Dollar Deluxe, but I've said it time and time and again. It is one of the most volatile versions of Top Dollar. So that is most definitely one of those games that you got to hit it and quit it. Like try a couple hundred in there and then stop. Don't chase it. Because we did a live stream and I played for almost 20 minutes and didn't get the bonus. And then other times it comes really fast. So just be very careful with that one because the bonus offers are usually pretty good, right? They're pretty high in comparison to your bet, usually around 250 to 300 credits total. That's pretty good for a 15 credit bet, but you know, they can't let that bonus happen frequently. Like there has to be a trade-off there. So that's the trade-off. So just be careful with it.
There's always the give and take.
I wanted to do a shout. San Antonio Slots met you at Cherries Jubilee at MGM Grand, and I did sub to your channel. I've been watching your stuff. They play. It was Kickapoo, right? I think. I think that's where you said that you played a lot. So I've been watching your channel. So awesome, good shout out there for San Antonio Slots. It was nice to meet you, man. Really was. All right, Dave.
Isn't that crazy? You go all the way to Vegas to meet a San Antonio-based slot channel. That's what drives me nuts. Is that like you go all the way to Vegas and you meet
and then you meet somebody that's just a couple hours away. Yeah,
yeah, it's like someone right down the road.
So true, so true.
Got a good one here from N Clark 123. Dave, if we use your name, will we get a bigger upgrade? Probably not.
They'll probably cancel your reservation.
They'll probably be like, "Oh, this guy, forget it. Here, I'm gonna put you in the broom closet."
Why we keep having to give away better rooms?
It's ridiculous. It's like this. Yeah, we're not gonna do it. No, you can definitely say I heard it on Gamble Smart. It's never gonna hurt to say that
on YouTube.
And
I heard on YouTube you're supposed to be able to do this.
I heard on Gamble Smart, a YouTube channel, that this works. And you never know about these things. Like they may just go along with it, thinking that it's some program that they're supposed to do. It never hurts to ask. It literally never hurts to ask.
I mean, the worst thing you would get told is no, or they take your money.
Exactly.
Hopefully not the latter.
Oh crap. Hold on a second. I just got one from, I got to go back and find it now.
Okay.
This is one I wanted to, because I'm actually going to try this. Here it is. Okay. So from Nancy, have y'all ever used the $20 trick at WinStar? I only hear about it from other casinos. Nancy, for the first time, I've never stayed at WinStar before, but I'm staying there on the 26th. I hope to also be staying there the 27th, but they're booked right now. So I am going to try this for you. I'm going to see if it works. I have no clue. I have never done it at WinStar. I've never stayed there, so I'll give it a shot for you and see if I'll report back. What the worst case they're going to do is tell me no, but it is a sold out day. So I'm doubtful, but if I'm there early to check in, I might get one of those rooms that they have held back for.
You never know.
You know,
like you said, worst they could say is no, we're completely sold out.
You're just getting your standard room.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing. Also, that's also the thing. Really, a good tip about WinStar, guys, is their online booking engine sucks.
Oh my God, is it bad?
Horrible. So if you really want to stay at WinStar, call. I mean, seriously, you have to call because even if you're trying to use some of your comps to book rooms, they say you'll have a couple nights available. You go to use the online booking thing, it says everything's sold out. But all you do is call the reservation and say, here's the code that I got with my rewards, and they'll book it. I don't, it's always been bad. I don't know what the deal is, but just do it yourself or call, just call instead of trying to use their website because you're just going to get discouraged. They really ought to fix that. Think how many people are turning away because they can't put accurate
because no one
counts
wants
on
to talk to anybody in the first place.
I know it's
You want to
silly.
just book it online. And I'm having the most trouble now. So they updated their app. My linked card's gone. I can't get back into the system. I can't go onto the website and link my card back.
What?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know what it is. Like something about my card number is just jacked up. And I've had this problem over and over again.
Just tell them to fix it.
Like, hey, go and fix my stuff.
Fix it, or I'm going to Choctaw
to work. And then I'll be back later on.
Yeah, right.
and they'll definitely be back. But
and Noah says I can never hit anything on the new top dollar grand. I have better luck with the older top dollar. Yeah. I mean, as Dave would say, I got kicked in the plums by top dollar grand. It's here's the thing with it is that it's, and Jody actually pointed this out. It's very deceiving because you can get the jackpots to light up fairly frequently up there, but the values are pretty low. I mean, the only one that's big is that really the top one, and the odds on hitting that haven't changed. So it's still excruciatingly hard to get that one. So it's very deceiving. Here's my thing though. I still think it's an incredibly fun game to play. I think out of all the new top dollars that they came out with, it's the one that I would love to play the most for the entertainment value of it. But man, it just was just kicking my butt. And we've heard, I know the Let's Go Hand Pay guys had a hard time with it. Some people, haven't heard any huge stories out of it yet. So it's probably too soon to tell, but man, I feel you. I definitely feel you.
I think it's going to take time on it because it's all like all the other new games, like
Double Top
Dollar
when
it first came out.
The new Double Top Dollar came out. I refused to play it. Now I'm warmed up to it. So
it's not. It's different. It doesn't play the same as the classic top dollar. It's not like it was with the old original top dollar, double top dollar. It's a standard game. I can hit it and I have a good idea that it's going to have a bar on there and it's going to have a 7 and just off the line is going to be the top dollar symbol.
Well, we kept giving the 7. This one does the 7 triple bar 7. So it has the 7s on the first and third row now.
That's even worse because at least you get the 2 7s and then get to guess whether it's the single, double, or triple bar.
I know.
Like,
B Martini says it was top dollar grand that he was talking about. Yeah, Deluxe is an older game.
Yeah,
the grand is the new one. Yeah. So I feel you on that one too.
I have a feeling it's going to grow on us like all the other top dollars eventually do.
It's fun. I love it.
We got to get used to it. Yeah.
It's fun. It's just not getting a good return on investment with it yet. So, and maybe, I mean, I will play it again, no doubt, but I'm going to attack it a whole lot differently than I did before. I learned a lot from that experience. So that's the important thing, right?
That's, it's learning on your own dollars sucks. It always does. No matter what game you're learning on your own money is a hard lesson. And if you're ever able to play a game or even just watch a game without playing it yourself, just to learn it, even if it's a slot machine, like double top dollar grand, they all have their little quirks on how they do the teasers and everything else.
Yeah.
If you can just watch that being played to get used to it so that you don't get that frustration or you don't get that FOMO of when something hits and you miss it. And then that just drives you to play harder. Any of that stuff that you can do. Something else I just realized.
Very good advice. What's that?
Something else I just realized. We have 10% of our subscribers on right now.
That's good.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. It's exciting. I hope you guys are enjoying the show for sure. We'll do an unofficial.
Well, they're still
survey.
Here.
They're still here. We haven't pissed them off yet, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's this Real Spinner 2.
Everybody's having issues with the app, looks like.
I have an issue with my app too. I uninstall, reinstall, I get my info, and then won't open the next time. Yep. I have the same issues.
Is it like that on the website or just the app? Because I never use the app. I just use the website. Okay.
When I go to the website to try to relink my card, because my card's gone off the website now.
Yeah.
I can't do it there. It gives me error finding your account, and I try every different combination I possibly can.
Yeah.
And with that Y in the front, like my
No,
number's only this big. My number's
yeah, you
only
should.
6 digits.
Yeah, that's all it should be.
Just 6 digits? I thought they were on
Yeah.
like 8 or 9 digits then.
No, it's just 6 digits. And you
Okay.
don't want to enter the Y or anything like that. Just the 6 after the Y.
That's what I've been doing, and it still doesn't work.
Oh, weird.
I enter
Guess
Y,
you're
no
standing in
Y.
line.
I enter the 1, not the 1. I don't know. I
We
feel you
shall
on that
see.
real spinner. Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to pick this comment up. This is good. MN Nice says, I witnessed 4 Cherries Jubilee jackpots in a span of an hour last week. Fortunately, I didn't witness my own, but still fun. Bunch of people playing 2 machines at the same time. Oh, yeah. Listen, there is one thing I do know. They write down every single time. If you watch the person paying out, they are writing down on a piece of paper after they pay you and step back. They write down the time and the date that the progressive went off. And by the end of the day, they usually have 20 to 25 names. Guys, just think about this for a second. Getting 1,000 credits on a 3-credit bet and 20 to 25 people hitting it a day, that's pretty good numbers. Like, that's good stuff. I always try to relate it to top dollar. Like, if we can go a lifetime without hitting the 1,000 credits on top dollar for the same 3-credit bet. So apples and oranges there. So
it's been a
they're
while for
different
me
games,
since I've
but
hit that top
it's
line.
still the best thing overall to play. You're not always going to win,
Absolutely.
but it's your best. It's your best bet.
There's so much energy around that area too.
Oh, it
It's
is
just like,
because everybody who's playing them knows exactly what they're in it for. Like they understand because they've either hit it before or they've watched a video or someone hit it or whatever the case is. And everybody's listening for that third bong. Have you noticed that too?
Bong,
bong, bong, and everybody's like, they got it. They got it. So it's fun. That's what I remember Vegas being like when I first went, with all the coins, and everybody it just felt way more exciting now. But now it seems like, I mean, this is actually a good point. I just now thought of this. Have you noticed, Dave, that back in the day, the way they had slot machine banks is that they would just have rows of machines, like 6, 7, even 10 in a row. But now they're doing these 4 pods everywhere. It's like a 4 pod, and you can't see your neighbor. Like you have to go like this to look over to see what they're doing.
Well,
and they're all like that now.
They have them now like that.
Yeah.
And it's because you're not sitting right next to the person. You have separation.
Yeah, but
and that's the whole thing
it's supposed to be
I agree.
I
agree. But they're doing that whole thing of making sure that you're in your own space, because remember, they're constantly going through the psychology of gambling, the psychology of players, of how to get them to play more. And what they've discovered is that if you are near people, but not too close to people, you play more.
Right.
However, WinStar has everything in the rows packed together, and they're doing just fine. So I'm not grasping. Like for me, I like playing next to people. I like being shoulder to shoulder and seeing how you're doing.
I do too.
It's
just,
yeah.
Especially a game like Top Dollar. Like you want to see their offer.
You want to see their offer. They want to see your offer. You want to get the bonus at the same time and be like, we got samesies.
Yep.
And then their offer is way better than your offer. You're like, why do I play this game again?
Are you still bitter about that?
Offers always suck. I keep playing the game and they always
25.
Mark is a witness to how bad that machine treats me.
Like, oh, I know.
I've had you see it. I've had old school slots see it. I've had John NJ slot guy see it. They've been witnesses.
Not always.
Not always, but more often than not. Yeah. Just treats me bad.
Crazy.
See, we got some more. Oh man, we got some good questions here.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, here's from Wild Bill. the pods started with COVID. A lot of places never changed them back. And there are people that don't like sitting right next to other people, party poopers. Bill, they were there before then, but you're correct. They did become way more prevalent during COVID. And a lot of like the Buffalo, the Planet Moolah, a lot of those type games, they went from being in a row to being in a pod. It's like they all of a sudden changed overnight. I think we'll kind of move back, but I have a feeling that it's more and more getting to stay because more of those pods are actually coming as kits from the manufacturer.
That's right. That's a good point.
Like the Frankenstein, it only comes in the four block Frankenstein machine. And you have to get the special kit that does it in a row, and those are rare apparently.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's very true. We'll always have our preference. Like I said, I want to find my dream casino where it's you walk in and there's a row of like 30 coin operated top dollars and then 30 coin operated pinballs. That's what I want. That would be amazing.
That'll be at Dave's Casino and Tire Center as soon as I win the lottery.
Well, I remember the times in the like early, well, no, when did I start? Maybe mid 2000s. You could not any place that had, and pretty much every casino had top dollar in dollar or quarters, but they always had at least 4 or 5 in a row, almost always.
Yep. They were always in a row, and they'd be double top dollar, double top dollar, top dollar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the same thing.
I remember that.
You'd see pinball, and then there'd be another game, whether that be top dollar or Money Martian Madness or whatever, then the pinball. Yeah.
Yep.
And there was very rarely would there be 2 of the same game right next to each other. They'd always stagger them in. And I kind of like that. But also I hated that because then the guy next to me was doing better at top dollar and I was playing double top dollar. And you're like, I should have played top dollar.
Yep, there you go.
Of the 8 times I've ever played top dollar.
I accidentally clicked on this one, but this is really funny. Yes, it does. We actually have a recording of it. I think I ended up putting it on Cowboy Slots, but yeah, we did have a recording of that, and there's actually one in the Venetian too that has that too.
That does it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. I love it. Like when the ball goes in there, it's like 5 5 10 10 10 5 5 10 10. It's pretty. It's really funny.
Another one from Wild Bill. If you use Dave's name, you'll at least get more towels. That's true. If you say, Dave sent me to your casino, and can I please get extra towels? They'll give you extra towels.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I don't think it's because they mention your name. I'm just saying.
But if you just go straight into asking extra towels, you'll get the extra towels.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't even pause. Dave sent me, and I need extra towels. They'll give you the extra towels. They'll wonder who Dave is, but
that'll confuse them. Wait, who sent you?
wait, who sent you for extra towels?
Yeah.
Do you need extra towels?
Right. All right. What else we got here?
From N. Clark here. Dave, it could be user error or what we call picnic issue. Mark can probably tell you what that means. I don't think I've had a picnic issue. I've had an ID10T issue, which I get those all the time. But not a picnic issue.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah, that's a different one for me. I used to have a short between the chair and the keyboard all the time, but not that one. That's a different one. I don't think I've had that one before.
I've never heard of that. Let me know what that is.
Yeah.
What a picnic issue is.
Now we're interested because you have 2 IT guys that haven't heard that.
Yeah, that's weird. I feel like
we're always looking for more ways to make fun of users. So
get your resume ready, Dave.
There's some big news. Susan, Bruce is going to be in Vegas March 22nd at T-Mobile. Oh boy, we know where Susan's going to be.
There you go.
Right now we're accepting bail money for Susan when she gets arrested for rushing the stage on Bruce Springsteen. So if you'd like to donate,
there you go. We'll put a line item for that. Oh man,
where's Susan at? She got arrested. Did she bail out? Nope. She didn't even want to bail out. She wants to be able to revel that she got arrested for grabbing Bruce Springsteen inappropriately on stage. She would totally do it too.
Yeah, right. Oh, this is a good. I wanted to bring this up too. So Nancy says my bonus play money at WinStar will be like $40, but it comes at the top of the hour. If I get there at 10 a.m., I get $10 bonus, and then at 11:01, I have another 10 bonus. Oh my gosh, their reward system is the most annoying thing.
So messed up.
I mean, you have to have an abacus to try to figure out what you get and when. It is, I mean, I've never been able to figure it out. It's always a crapshoot. Like there have been times where we stay, and then when we're on our way out the door, we'll stop by and see if we have anything. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And it's just it's very strange. And the other one I still don't know about is there on mine, I have a mystery bonus.
A mystery
and I
bonus.
have that every single time, but I've never gotten it. Do you have to go to the player's desk to get it? Like they just don't explain any of this stuff.
I think it's on there, but I don't know how to access it either. And the other thing that drives me nuts is if you are there at 7:59 a.m., you can get your bonus from the day before. And then at 8 a.m., you get your bonus for that day. So be there early to get that bonus money and then the regular bonus money. And then the extra bonus money throughout the day that you magically earn when you earn these mystery points.
I know, magically is
figure
right.
it out anyway.
Magically is definitely right.
I just wait for the little diamond thing to light up, so I click it often to see if I had any extra money.
We didn't really answer your question. All we did was bitch about WinStar points. But to answer your question, you don't have to be there at the time. It's just that's when it starts, and it expires at 11:59 p.m. that day. So if you get an 8 a.m. bonus for say $50, I think you said $40, as long as you use it within that day, you'll get it. But you might get stackable ones. So sometimes there's one at 2 p.m. where you get another $30 and it'll just keep stacking. So, and this is how it works, by the way. If you do have two that are stacked, you need to use one before you see the other one come up, if that makes sense. Yeah. So if you have a 40 and a 30, it's not going to give you 70 when you go to cash it in on a machine. You got to run through the 40, and then after you do that, the 30 will show up after that. So it's really important, especially at WinStar, that especially before you leave, just go and check. Just see if you have anything there, and make sure that after you use it, check it again and keep checking it until it says you have nothing. Like the little diamond or what? I don't know if it's the diamond or what.
The diamond or the cherries?
It's the cherry. It's the cherry.
It's the cherry.
If the cherry's grayed out, you're done. You don't have anything left. So,
but just keep clicking it anyway, because it might light up on you. That's what I do.
That sounds like a rumor to me.
I'm just like click, click, click. Is it lit? Is it not lit? Because some of the screens are kind of dim, so I click on it anyway. Is this lit up, Cherries? No, it's not. Another one from N. Clark. Did you see Resorts World is redoing its reward system? Do you think others will do the same? I did hear about their redo. Remember, Resorts World is fairly new, so this is their first time they've actually revamped their rewards program. So it's a little different. Resorts World, no matter what tier you are, you have the same card. That's not really working out great for them, because that's not helping people who help the different tiers understand who is an important player. Everyone's important, obviously, but when you're in the customer service community, when you see someone with the Black Noir card at MGM, they jump too. And they're not seeing that at Resorts World, so it's kind of keeping those high rollers away. However, on the revamp side, I have heard that it is not good for the player, obviously. It is falling in more lines with Caesars MGM's restructure. So don't be surprised if you see worse rewards, but the offers might be just as good because they are kind of hurting for business since Fontainebleau opened up. Their bookings have already gone down for 2024. So we'll see what happens. Oh,
yeah. Word last is trip. Venetian is replacing theirs soon too. So
yeah, Venetian is revamping as well. I think they're all going to fall in lines with MGM. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're probably right.
They're all going to do it.
Follow the biggest, yeah.
Our last trip to the casino was very successful.
Successful.
So we took $500 bankroll and came home with $967. That's great, Dale. That's
Man,
always a
almost a
win.
double
Coming
up.
home with
Yeah, that's great.
$1 more, but you doubled up. That's awesome. Keep that up.
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
And there's another one here from Jam. Wanted to go over this. I never see anyone talking about gambling in Bossier City, Louisiana. Anyone spend time out there? Yes, I've spent quite a bit of time out in Shreveport, Bossier City. There's a reason people don't talk about it. The whole place needs a redo. They really need to invest in some money. Horseshoe there, I think, is the nicest property in Bossier City. The rest of them are kind of lacking. However, there is some good news on that front. So Harrah's in New Orleans is the first brick and mortar casino that's non-tribal. There are 2 others now opening up. One's in Lake Charles. I can't remember where the other one is, but that is a good sign, I believe, for the future of gambling in Louisiana. Brick and mortar casinos are going to be better ventilation. They're going to have more room, more space. It's not going to be something that's hard to redo and to re-renovate because they cannot renovate those barges beyond a certain limit. There's only so much they can do. So this is going to be a huge game changer for Louisiana going into the future. I cannot tell you how long it's going to be, but until that time, Bossier City Shreveport is still going to be heavily smoky. It's going to be crowded.
That's what I've always heard. The smoke is
it's
terrible.
The smoke is horrible.
Yeah.
Horseshoe, I think, is the best one. They just recently redid everything, but it's still cramped compared to any other casino.
Is Horseshoe the one that has that $1 million wall going down? Okay.
Yeah,
I've
that's
heard about that.
Caesars bought Binion's Horseshoe brand, and they're running with Horseshoe. And so now several properties are getting St. Louis Casino was rebranded to Horseshoe. The Bally's in Vegas was rebranded Horseshoe. They're sort of putting Horseshoe on several properties to elevate the premier level of it.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
If you don't.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why can't they stick to old school, JoJo? JoJo, 100% agree with you.
It's the millennials. I'm telling you.
It's just the times. There's more you can do on a video-based slot machine. You can do a lot more with whether it's the bonus, whether it's the graphics, everything else, and this attracts younger gamblers.
Yeah.
However, we are also seeing people like Every, IGT, all these guys, Light and Wonder. They're sticking with 3 reels, so 3 reels are going to be around for a while. They're not going to be the same titles, but they will most likely be updated titles on 3 reels.
I think it's because everybody's attention span has just been shrinking year after year after year. And especially with the millennials and the phones and everything, like they want everything now, instantly.
Now.
And they need to be.
I want a 2-credit win on a 60 credit bet.
And they need to see something. They need to see like loud bass and big music and flashing firecrackers and bonus rounds and wheels spinning, progressives going off. Like that's what they need to see in order to play the game. But you put them in front of a Cherries Jubilee and they're like, why am I here? Like this is the most boring, mundane thing ever. But they don't know. Hopefully they start watching us and they know that they really want to have a better chance than a casino. Stick to those older games.
Stick to the older games.
Or
the Class 2 bingo machines.
Yeah, those 2. Yes.
Yeah. Mark, I had a question.
Yeah.
Okay. So on the Class 2 games, we always say the volatility is the same as the double diamond or any of those games,
right?
But there's really 0 volatility because you're playing bingo, because there's no volatility in the game of bingo.
Yeah, but it's
I realize we're using volatility to be able to relate to people and everything else.
Here's how you can kind of explain that is that how do I say this? are you playing
And
bingo?
act like
Yes.
I'm 5.
No. It's like, are you playing bingo? Yes. Are you playing traditional bingo? No. Because there's so much more going on. I mean, imagine yourself sitting down, going to a bingo hall, and they say, how many cards do you want? And you're like, 2 million. I want 2 million
60
cards.
cards,
And
6
every
daubers,
time a number
and
is
2
called,
trolls.
I take a new card and put it on my table. That's what's going on there. And so the long and the short of it, and I actually did get an email from somebody, and shout out if you're watching, I really do appreciate it, that is involved with this Class 2 gaming. And he said that they are very much in line with the Class 3 variants of those games, almost down to the exact overall payback percentage.
Oh.
And so and they do that on purpose. And the way that we can kind of think about this is that, please remember that in a Class 2 game, all it's doing is creating a different type of randomness. Like a Class 3 game is built by a computer chip that produces random numbers. That's how it gets the randomness. So in a Class 2 game, it can't do that because
bingo.
a Class 2 bingo style game does not have a computer in it. It's a set of reels and it's a network box because it's talking to the
And
bingo
it's connected
server.
to a
Bingo server. Bingo server.
Would you say that bingo server is centrally located?
Yes, it's a central server, but only on bingo. I know what you're doing. Class 2 game. Class 2 game. Yeah, it's definitely controlled by a central server running a bingo game.
Central
Okay?
server.
Right. But the thing is
This
that
only applies to bingo. It does not
Yeah.
apply to any other machine. There is no such thing as a central server
on a Class 3.
a Class 3
Absolutely.
machine.
Absolutely.
There we go. I just give Mark a hard time because he hates saying central server.
Yeah. It's like the buzzword, right? The trigger word. But I think that, I mean, the way to look at it, and it's the same with historical horse racing or even virtual lottery terminals too. They just can't create randomness using a computer chip. So they have to do it some other way. For bingo, basically the randomness comes with the number of balls that have been called and how many bingo cards are out there, what bingo card you currently have active, because you place a wager, you get a new bingo card, and then the pattern matching. And you could, just like with a slot machine that's a Class 3 machine, you could program it the same way to have the same return over a period of time. You could do that. It's just how it does it is much different. But for you and I, we really should just focus more on the type of game it is and what it is compared to the Class 3 variant. And so that's why when we say stick with like the 3-reel and 5-line or single pay line games, is because those are most likely the double diamond, especially the ones that have the lower top, jackpot amount. Those are very similar to a double diamond machine, and they play out the same way. So it's just something to consider. But just remember that a lot of people do get caught up in, well, we have HHR machines here or we have VLT machines here. It's still going to even out to the same payback percentage that you would have on a Class 3 machine over time. It's just how they program it is just much different. That's it. But you can expect the same kind of feel.
That area.
Yeah. And I didn't know this until recently, honestly. That's why I'm telling you guys this now. But the manufacturers actually purposely program a Class 2 and a Class 3 machine to play out exactly the same. There might be minor differences, but they play out exactly the same, so that people don't get caught up and don't think, oh, this is a Class 2 version of Lightning Link, I probably shouldn't play that. That's one thing a manufacturer would never want people to think. They want them to think it's a Lightning Link game. I know this. I know how it plays. That's what they want people to think. And there's probably some compliance reasons for that too. You don't want two different games that look exactly the same and one is programmed completely differently. I bet there's a compliance law or rule around doing that. Like you can't have a double diamond and another double diamond that look the same, but one of them's programmed completely different than the other one. Like, I don't think that's even possible. There's got to be some reasoning, So anyway, that was a long answer there, but that was a good question, Dave. Very good question.
Okay, we got 2 questions I've lined up here. Okay,
Okay.
one's from Red Wolf 853. I still don't get the bingo slots.
Yeah.
Red Wolf, I am 100% agreeing with you that up until recently, I didn't get them either. I recommend playing them. Okay, if you're close to WinStar, Choctaw, or a Class 2 facility, just go and try them. They play so much different than Class 3, and they are an absolute blast, especially when they go red, especially when you get good at seeing the card and sort of predicting what patterns are possible. That is basically, to me, it's all better than actually playing the game. Better than winning is trying to predict when I'm going to win.
Yeah.
And then how much? Ooh, eyes. Damn it. Freaking eyes. I got 2 credits back. Ooh, buttons. I got 2 credits back. Ooh, step ladder. You know, when you get these things, it offers a new dimension to the game.
Very
I highly recommend it. And David says the Central Shrimp Buffet server.
Yes.
You're onto something there, man. You're onto something. Yep.
Oh man, that's too good.
It's a shrimp conspiracy. It's absolutely what it is.
And by the way, Red Wolf, one of the first, if you go back in time on this channel, one of the first videos that we did was I tried my best. I've done this several times, but I get better at it every time. But I tried my best to explain exactly what is going on with bingo games or those Class 2 machines with examples on the screen so you can see it. So go check that out. I think you might get a better understanding of what is actually happening if you go watch that. I tried to break it down as simply as I can, but even then, I get it if you're still confused. Believe me, it's tricky.
And here's a good question for you, Mark. Oh, hold on. That's Tammy saying subscribe. We appreciate you, Tammy.
Yeah, thank you, Tammy.
There you go, Mark. That's a question for you.
Mark, when you build your casino, what class will it be? That is the question. Ooh, I would do both. I would do both. I like both. So I'll put in there what I like.
No Mr. Moneybags, though. I don't want Mr. Moneybags.
What about the 5-line one?
Oh, absolutely the 5-line one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. And not the bill one, the minor bill or whatever.
Oh yeah, Crazy Bill.
I don't like that one. I like all the others. I don't like that one.
I like the Ruby and I like the Mr. Moneybags. Those are the 2 I like.
Lucky Ducky. That's
Lucky Ducky.
Duck. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like saying Lucky Ducky. And then it was the Tiki one I did good on last time too. I like that one.
Yeah, the Tiki. Yep.
Like quite literally, guys, these bingo games are so fun. Oh, I'm with Richard on that though. Yeah, the bells.
I drown them out. I don't even hear them.
Yeah,
anymore.
you drown them out.
And when I watch them on YouTube, I don't even hear them.
But it is kind of neat to hear that.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, what else we got?
Let's see.
Oh, here's one. Jam says we were looking at Choctaw and WinStar for our next outings. Cool. If it's your first time at either one, wow, you're in for a kind of a shocker. They are both very big casinos, so be prepared for that. But they both have non-smoking areas. So if you're not a fan of and let me tell you, whether you're a casual smoker or not, it doesn't matter. On the weekends, WinStar in the main areas outside of the non-smoking, it is so dense with smoke in there that there's no way you can walk through there and not start hacking stuff up. So, if that bothers you, just be prepared for it and try to go to the non-smoking rooms. WinStar has 2. One is Rome, which is our favorite because it's the biggest. It's well lit. It's very bright, high ceilings, real good selection of games in there. The other one is at the very end. What's that one called? Rio? No, what's that one called?
Rio.
The other
non-smoking. Venice? Vienna.
The original one.
Is it at Vienna?
All
the way down there at the end. That doesn't have an actual wall. It's just that's where the signs start. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's Vienna.
Yeah, that's the other one. I don't like that one as much because it's really dark and the ceilings are like your head's like right here and
the smoke wafts straight in.
Yeah, it's not. Go to the Rome non-smoking room.
Yeah, it's so big. you go back 30 feet and all the smoke's gone. But if you're next to that entrance, I mean, yeah, smoke wafts in. It doesn't know that there's no smoking.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a tough one. Oh my God. I don't even know if we want to answer this one. Who are your favorite YouTube channels?
I've got so many.
Tazzy and Joe Adventures.
Yeah, of course. That was a bait and switch there.
That was totally.
We love you guys. Just kidding.
Me personally, old school slots, NJ slot guy, Stacy's High Limit Slots, Slot Hopper. You know, I know these people as well as watch them, so it's not just like, you know, they're people I know directly, and it's really a lot of fun when you get to meet kind of your heroes. You know, for the longest time, I had nobody I knew, and then I started like going to these events to hang out with them and talk to them and all that and pick their brain, and then you start to know them, and then you feel like you are playing, you know, with them,
right?
And it's just it's a blast. It really is. That's a blast for me. It's like connecting with friends. Let's Go Hand Pay, Casino Brothers.
Yep.
I mean, I've got a long list of them, that's for sure. But recently,
I was gonna go
Red Screen
look
Bandits,
and see if I had any others that. Let's see.
I've been liking Red Screen Bandits. That's because
Red
they
Screen
play
Bandits.
a lot of red screens.
I've been getting. I mean, my recommendation list has been just killed with red screen games.
Yeah,
Class 2
that's
bingo
one
games
problem
lately, because we keep sending us each other videos, and it's like it's just totally wrecking it. I wanted to see if there was any others in here that. East Coast Slots. I watch him a little bit, only when he plays Top Dollar, but he's a mess with Top Dollar. He's always pushing the wrong button.
He gets mad too. He gets angry at stuff.
It's like, be careful. Gulf Coast Slots. Shout out to him. I love. He plays old school games all the time. So if you're into that kind of thing, he plays a lot in Mississippi. Really cool guy too. I don't think I've met him, but I've talked to him on the phone a couple times. And we got to say Club Mike V, of course. Mike V's out there.
Yeah, Club Mike V. Especially if you're looking for a poker game tomorrow night, live poker.
That's true.
All free. Jump on and play. It's a blast. I'm going to try to get there, Mike. My last Thursdays have been booked horribly, and I got to try to jump back in.
Yep. I think that's all so the same ones that you watch plus those few extra ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, Cowboy Slots. I came from there.
Oh, yeah, Cowboy Slots.
Absolutely, Brantley.
I watched that Mark guy on there all the time.
Yeah, I thought that was assumed. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't say who I'm not a fan of. We'll leave that out of this one. Don't ask us that question, please. We don't want to be put on the spot.
Okay, here we go. This is actually a good question from Tammy Lynn. I have a question that I don't think has been answered previously. How do newly installed games at a brand new casino get their initial jackpots or progressive, like Fountain Blue just opened up? Those are actually pre-funded by the casino. So all those jackpot amounts and all that, a very little known fact is that a casino must have cash on hand for every outstanding poker chip and or jackpot. So they're going to have that cash on hand for all those jackpots, except for like Mega Bucks or any of those area-wide progressives. Each casino is not responsible for those individually. Those carry over a different one.
There's one exception. There's one thing. She might be talking about this, that you notice a casino opens and you would expect all the progressives to be very low or at the minimum. But let's say you find one that's at 9,600 out of 10,000. Well, how did it jump up that fast? The casino just opened, right? It's very complicated, but to my understanding, the reason that can happen is that whatever gaming license, it doesn't matter the casino, but whatever gaming license was tied to that machine, even previously, the rule is that you cannot reset a progressive until it's been paid back to somebody. Because progressives are being fed in by players. It belongs to the players. So some player has to hit the progressive. Okay.
Right.
So the casino can't wait for it to get like capped out and then unplug it and reset it. They're not allowed to do that. If the machine goes down or something like that, they have to record what the last known amount was on the progressive. And then when the machine gets repaired, they can go in there and say what the starting amount is. So I don't know exactly with the Fontainebleau situation, but I would suspect that if you do see a progressive that's very high and it doesn't make any sense that somebody could have fed it that high already, then it's possible that whatever gaming license that Fontainebleau acquired or had was tied to that machine and money was already being fed into that. It's
They could have
you know,
bought previously done machines. Like if they were to buy a machine off the floor at the Sahara,
well,
they could
they could
bring that
reset it. They could
progressive
reset it
over.
then. Yeah, they would
Right.
probably reset it that if it's a different gaming license. They would most likely reset that. Um, it's a very deep question.
Unless they
That's my best guess, just based
Yeah.
on what I know about the rules with how progressives are paid out and must be paid out. But yeah, I know walking through WinStar at one point when they were opening up one of the new rooms, they had a bunch of progressive games in there, and they were, I think, probably 30 or 40, and they were all at the very bottom because they were
Yeah.
brand new, installed, that kind of thing. So that's
And for
typically
the
what you
must hit
see.
by progressives, I don't see those being high. But for like the progressives on Wheel of Fortune, the progressives
Well,
on,
those are wide areas,
yeah,
so that
those are
would
wide
always be
area.
high. Yeah, but if it's
But then like if it was a
a
local one,
standalone like Firelink
Cherries
or Lightning
Jubilee,
Link, yeah,
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 those, I can see those being preloaded by the casino
yeah,
to
yeah.
get the pool started. And it's their risk because they're not going to get that money back for preloading a, maxed out major, but they could do it.
Yeah, they could. But all that they're responsible, all the casino is responsible for is whatever the base reset amount is. Because the
Right.
way progressives work is that every time you place a wager on the machine, a portion of that is being fed into the progressive, okay, to pay for it, if that makes sense. So it's technically not the casino's money. In fact, it's not the casino's money. Any amount over the whatever the limit or the bottom one is, that's money that's been fed in by players, and that's why by law it must be given back to the players in some fashion. And you can see why they have to put that law in place because otherwise you would have casinos waiting for the progressive to get really high and say, "We don't want to pay
Right.
that. Let's just go in there and reset the machine and start it back over from zero." That would not be fair to anybody, and so that's why they have those in place. Very strict. And by the way, I've seen this at WinStar. I've seen it at one other casino, but you may notice employees walking around with a clipboard, going to each machine and writing numbers down. What they're doing is writing down the progressives on where they're at on each of the machines. It's a lot of grunt work. Yes, they can tell remotely, but if there was a problem where they didn't know anywhere, like they didn't have any idea on where the progressive was before, that's going to be a problem with gaming, like the commissions. They have to be able to, because machines do break. They go out of commission. They've got to replace them. But what they can't do is replace it and reset the progressive back to zero or whatever the base amount is. They have to put it back to probably within a certain percentage, probably needs to be right on the nose, but I'm sure there's exceptions, but it's got to be really close to where it was before. And they can do that. Like that is a setting where they can go and put in a starting amount. So,
Got a good one for you here, Mark.
okay.
Nate M. Better bonus rounds. Eagle Bucks or Mustang Money 2? A tough one, isn't it?
That is a tough one. I consider them both about the same. I think Eagle Bucks would be worse because it's much more likely on Eagle Bucks to get a $0 bonus than it is on Mustang Money
Wow.
too.
I hate those $0 bonuses.
Eagle Bucks, if you remember, Eagle Bucks, you have to get the Eagle to show up on line 2 or column, reel 2, 3, or 4, and then it will expand to fill the whole row. but it's entirely possible that you just don't even get them during the bonus round at all. So you don't get any wilds. I'm sure that happens. Whereas with Mustang Money, the hit frequency of retriggers and stuff on Mustang Money is pretty high, but it also pays lower overall. And this is like the one thing you guys have got to remember is that the way these machines get to the end result is always the end result's always going to be the same, but how it gets there is ebb and flow. It's like you're either going to get frequent bonus rounds and low paying bonuses or infrequent bonus rounds and high paying bonuses, but you're never going to get both. Like you're not going to get, you know, a 1 out of 20 bonus chance and the average bonus around amount is 1,000 credits. Like you're just not going to see that. It's all about trade, risk, reward, volatility. A low volatility game is like the original top dollar. Like you get the top dollar bonus fairly often, and the average credit amount is around 40 to 45 credits. And if the average bonus frequency is like I think it's 1 in 42 on that, and the average bonus round payoff is 40 credits, that's pretty close, right?
Pretty close indeed.
But it's all about the risk reward. Again, like what I'm trying to say is that you just can't have both. Like you're either going to have something that's just not paying frequently, but it's saving for that big, like Huff and More Puff is a perfect example of this. You have so many dead spins, but whenever you do get a bonus round, you have a really good chance of getting something good. Now, not always, but you have, compared to other machines like Top Dollar, you're more likely to get at least 50 times or 100 times your bet, you know, which is pretty big. But again, the trade-off on that game is that, yikes, sometimes it can take a really long time to get the bonus. So it's all about what you want to play, you know, in the end of the day. Like, what are you more comfortable with? Do you like chasing those big wins? Well, you better have the bankroll to run through it, because it's possible to run through your entire bankroll and not get the bonus at all. I prefer the other side of that. I don't like the big risky ones. It's too dangerous. I'm more likely mentally to chase those. And it's a big no-no. It's something I just stay away from. I know that was a very long answer, but I think it was some good stuff.
You got long answers. For David, how quickly are cashless systems getting put into casinos? Like estimated uptake in 2024. So cashless is more and more a buzzword now in casinos. I do not see it being universally popular. I see it being more utilized at smaller casinos. And not really utilized at large casinos, because you're losing one more tactile feel. We've already lost coins. We've already, we're down to tickets. So you're not even getting cash. We're dissociating cash so much that I don't see a viable cashless option being utilized in casinos to a large scale. Again, smaller casinos, absolutely I can see it being used because they want to avoid having a cashier cage that takes up extra room, extra training. You don't have to have a vault. You can do all this stuff without cash. But at places like Vegas and all that, I see chips and cash being a thing for a long time to come. There's too many security issues. Too many people don't understand cashless. I don't see it becoming popular at a large scale. I see it being a niche market. But it will be a big niche market as it keeps growing. But I don't see it being taking over at places like Vegas and WinStar, even though WinStar's app has a little wallet thing for future cashless because they're preparing for it. But what happens if you lose your phone? What happens if you lose your PIN? All these things. If someone steals your phone and your app's unlocked, they just take all your money. All these things. I don't see it being a big thing in the future. And again, from Tammy Lynn, if Progressive have to go back to the players, wouldn't it be more advantageous to play Progressives? You would think, except there's a Monte Carlo machine at Park MGM with a $641,000 Progressive. That machine was there when Park MGM was Monte Carlo. It has been there for 30 years, 35 years. Yeah. That same machine. And that Progressive has never hit. That is why they rolled over all the Progressives into that machine to make it $641,000. It's a dollar machine, 3 credits a spin. I highly recommend everyone go play it at least a few times. Just take a stab at it. But no, it just because they have to go back to player doesn't mean they're going back to you. It just means eventually.
That's the key. Yeah.
Eventually they're going back
Yeah.
to the
They're
player.
just very hard to hit. Yeah.
Who knows when that will be? If any of us will be alive when that Monte Carlo machine actually hits, or the 3, 4, 5 times machine at Aria, Stacy's progressive for $2.9 million, $3 million.
God, it's got to be at 3 million by now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Don't seek out progressives.
Yeah.
Trying to win the progressive. Play the game, and maybe you hit the progressive. Don't look for the progressive and chase the progressive. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Progressives should be icing on the cake. Always.
Right.
The only time you should look at a progressive is if you're trying to decide which machine to sit down on to play. You would obviously want to play the one that's the highest. Because if you're going to win
play the lower one. I say to play the lower one for the better chance of winning it. It's that whole
that's not true.
So, like we've played this before at the cash wheel game.
Yeah.
And no, it's not the progressive. It's just the top prize. It wasn't the progressive though. And your top prize was 8,000. My top prize was 4,000. And so I played because the top prize was actually lower. Better chance of getting the top prize in a lower denomination.
But not with progressives.
Yeah, not progressive. Yeah.
No, we're not talking about we're talking about
the top dollar progressive at Bellagio.
Yeah, if you see a standalone progressive. Let's say you see 3 double diamond machines all sitting next to each other. And one of them has a progressive of 8,900, one has 9,500, and one has 10,000. You want to sit down with the one that has the 10,000, not because it's higher. That means it's got to hit at some point. It's just, and if you're going to hit it, the odds are the same on all 3 of those machines. If you're going to hit it, why would you want to sit down and hit the one that's at 85? You want to hit the one that's at 10,000.
The same thing. The same thing.
The game has to be the same.
Must hit by
that's the thing.
Always hit the highest.
Yeah.
And so
we were just talking about 2 different things there, but we're good.
Let's go. Handpay has videos if you want to see the Monte Carlo machine. Well, thanks, Proud Monkey. Over on Gamble Globe, I got the same video. What's up with that? No, let's go. Handpay, you guys are great. Just give Proud Monkey a hard time.
Absolutely.
We are at an hour and a half. We probably got to wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so. I got to go to bed.
Yeah. Oh, when you're coming? Oh, look at this. A quick question from Chris Howard. When are you coming to Oaklawn? I will be at Oaklawn on Saturday, probably Saturday afternoon. I'm going up to visit my parents over in Hot Springs, and I'll be getting my $95 in free play from Oaklawn. So I'm dropping by there, going to play my free play, and I'm going to bail because I got to play at WinStar in 2 days. So I'm not going to spend money there. But I will be there Saturday afternoon at Oaklawn. Let's say 2 p.m. I'll probably be there for a couple hours and then bail. If you want to come by and say hi.
Awesome. All right, guys. We actually just got approved for partnership on YouTube. So memberships will be going up soon. We'll probably wait until after the holidays, guys. We're trying to get through all this. But we're going to start the new year with a bang. We're going to have a website with a shop with swag and stuff that you guys can buy. And we're going to do some really creative shirts too, not just stuff with our logo on it, but really fun
we have
stuff.
So many good ideas.
Yeah, we have so many good ideas. So, but we will do that after the new year. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do all that stuff. None of that stuff's going away. We're just trying to keep the ball rolling here, so to speak. But anyway, we will not talk to you guys until after Christmas. We will have our daily videos, of course. But after Christmas, we will be at WinStar. We're going to do a lot of videos there. We're going to go live there also. So we hope you guys have a very Merry Christmas. Be safe out there when you're traveling. And just remember, everybody's traveling at the same time. Just be patient. You'll get where you need to go. Be safe.
Travel safe.
Stuff, so
yeah. Looking forward to seeing everybody at WinStar next week as well. It'll be before our actual live, so we will post about it often.
Yep.
Tuesday, the 26th and the 27th, we will be there. We look forward to seeing you there.
Yep. Sounds
And
good.
we're going to
And
go
thank
live.
you. Oh, wait. I wouldn't. I just want to say thank you to Susan and Tammy. Thanks so much for being here.
Yep.
We love your support. Thanks again. Really do appreciate it.
Thank you, both of you guys. You work so hard.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right, gang. We're to wrap it up.
Yep.
Remember to gamble
so.
safe.
Hey, you screwed it up.
No, I didn't.
You said gamble safe.
Oh, I did. Remember to gamble smart.
See, I'm not the only one.
I coined the phrase too. How bad is that? This is just water. I haven't been drinking tonight.
Oh, man. Let's try that again.
Right.
Take two.
Take two. Remember to gamble smart.
Gamble safe.
There we go.
Right.
Have a good one, guys. Take care.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Next week will be
Bye, guys.